Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. It's happening again. Reality shifts. Oh my gosh. You know, about 10 years ago, even though I was going into the whole awakening and all that stuff, I would have thought I was losing my mind right now. I would love to get to hear your stories. You guys have sent some pretty crazy, awesome stuff of reality shifts. Okay, I'll give you one because this video is about reality shifts. I want you to understand what's going on here and not throw it off as just, okay, that was sort of weird, I must have forgotten something or whatever. And there's always a possibility that we place something someplace and we forget about it. But as you know, I've had things shift recently. Now there's the manifesting, which is happening all the time. Sorry, I've got like cat hair or something. There's the reality shift, which is something is completely different. So like you'll leave the room and something will be there. And you know darn well you just left and came back. You didn't do anything. You didn't bring it back in. If you don't know the pen story, those of you who watch me every day have probably heard this 100 times, but I had my favorite, very expensive pen missing for months. It never leaves the house because I don't take it outside because I know there's a chance, you know, somebody borrows your pen and you don't see it again. So I never let it leave the house. I keep it next to my computer. I'm a writer. I love that, right? I love pens. Missing for months. Hadn't thought about it. But one day thought, doggone, I would really love that pen. You know, had ripped everything apart several times months before and continue to look for it. A couple hours later, come back, the pen is next to my computer. That one still freaks me out because it was so blatant. It wasn't something that I used every day that, it was missing and I had it in my hand and I didn't even know it, or I placed it something. This is something been missing for months that was sitting right next to my computer as if it had never left. That's a reality shift. That is going to probabilities. That's quantum physics, by the way. Every probability exists and you can actually shift into it and not even know you're doing it sometimes because things don't appear to be any different. But you are actually, through your mind, your decision making about who and what you are at that moment. This is complete free will. I mean, this is so way beyond what we believe and have been told that it's mind-blowing, and people have a tough time grasping this because it's like we've been walking around like robots. We've been told we don't have this power. It's not a power, it's just you. We put it on this power, this thing that I can't be that because we've been told that we're less than. When if we had been brought up in the world of what we truly are, we would not even question these things. It's because we've been told we are not powerful, that there are other people or other things outside of us that are more powerful, that we have such a tough time accepting this. We've been brainwashed and it's been handed down for centuries. It's over. It's over. You have the power. Believe it, accept it. It is yours. It's happening. And what's happening with most people is the earth transition is accelerating. Manifesting is accelerating, which you do all the time, meaning you're manifesting the positive stuff you want and the negative stuff you don't want. So manifesting is going on all the time. It's not something you do and then you get something. You're always manifesting, so you're always in control. Everything that's happening is always you manifesting, all right? It's just you, through beliefs, bringing it into your reality. So I want you to know that, and we've been told that we're not doing that we don't have that control. And now we've been told, guess what? Every probability exists, so you can actually choose each probability through your thinking and your shift. So you can actually literally become a different kind of person. You can decide to not be the shy person or not be the obnoxious person or whatever you want. You get to shift into that new reality. All right, so something happened this morning, and honest to God, when it happens, I stand there and I just stare at it. Have you done that? It's like, this can't be possible. But it is. Every morning I brush my cat. He gets his treat and he sits there because I'm good. I get a wire brush and I brush him. He loves it. He looks forward to it. And I put the brush on his little bed. I do not put that brush anywhere. I'm actually allergic to cats. That brush doesn't go anywhere else. No way. I have no reason to put it anyplace else. I get up this morning and I can't find the brush. I look everywhere. I go into the kitchen and I'm like, where could I have put that brush? This is crazy. Did it go under something? Did I vacuum and it went? I made my coffee. I washed the entire counter down where I have my coffee and my cup. I made my coffee. I went back out here. Felt really bad that I didn't have the brush for him because he's sitting there waiting. Went back into the kitchen and said, is it in? I would never take it into the kitchen. I would never take a cat brush into the kitchen. I don't even want it near anything. Looked everywhere, under everything, looked everywhere. Said, okay, all right. Guess I'll have to go buy a new one. It'll show up at some point. Why would my brush be missing that's always on that bed? And then I went in to get a cup of coffee, and I'm not making this up. I am not making this up. It's sitting on the counter next to my coffee stuff, right in front of me. And you look at it and you stare and you think, I did not have that. I did not have that in my hand. I did not have that brush in my hand. I would not be ripping the house apart with the brush in my hand. I wiped the counter down. That brush wasn't on the counter. I wiped the counter down. That brush was not sitting on the counter. I left that room. When I came back, that brush was sitting there. You tell me what that is. Am I losing my mind? Did I forget it? Did I have it in my hand? No. I absolutely can tell you right now, I absolutely did. At no point did I have that brush in my hand. Because I woke up and I couldn't find it. The first thing, I couldn't find my cat's brush. Why would I be looking for it if I had it in my hand? And then I put it in the kitchen on the counter? Yuck. And I had wiped the counter down, and that brush was not on the counter. These are small things that if most of us are letting it go and we don't realize we shift into something else. What shift happened? There was some kind of mental shift. Sometimes you make a decision about something, and that new decision has to put you in a different place. You cannot be that same person and get what you want here. It has to shift. So when that happens, and it's a little bit more of a radical shift, things don't flow. You will notice certain things where most of the time it appears to be flowing. Everything's still in the same place. And when something like that happens, know that there was some kind of a shift that happened. I don't have the answers to why. All I know is that we are doing it. Somebody else isn't doing it to you. I want you to understand this. You are in full control. So I'm hearing stories right now of things showing up too. So part of manifesting too will cause an unexplainable, appears to be unexplainable things happening, which are just reality shifts. When you give up worry and you decide that you are now going to focus on just being an unlimited, awesome person that accepts all the gifts that are waiting for you, all the abundance, all the opportunities, and all the challenges. When you are okay with those, because I'm going to continue to do these videos because most of you struggle with the acceptance. You don't like the idea of accepting where you are because you think that's accepting the negativity, accepting the lack, or accepting the sadness. It's not. Acceptance isn't saying that's okay. It's saying I'm okay. It's not fighting it. It's not going to a negative place. So when you shift your frequency and you have no reaction negative about anything, you go into what I call the neutral zone. So you're opening up to anything. When you're fighting, you're not accepting, I don't want this, or whatever, you're still in that negativity. So your reality is going to continually shift to keep you there because that's what you are doing. Remember I told you, think of every particle that everything that you don't see and what you do see as little eyeballs, happy little eyeballs blinking that are you. Not reacting to you. They are you. So when you're laughing, they're laughing. When you're sad, they're sad. When you don't want anything, they don't want anything, and they're manifesting. They're the unseen wave particle factor that brings it into your reality. So when you're hating something, it's hating something. It's hating. That's not manifesting what you want. You're focused on not wanting something, and that's all it's doing. It's not wanting, not wanting, not wanting. But it is that fear. It is that negativity. It is that lower frequency. When you go to neutral, you're totally open. You're open. And then you say, okay, I want abundance. I don't have to name that. I want financial abundance. I want just joy in my life. I want health. I want the planet to be peaceful. I'm going to do one on this. You're going to love it. And it's going, oh, I want joy. Oh, happiness, whatever. And it's connecting to that. And those waves that are peaceful, joy, abundance, that's all that you're thinking about. That's all you focus on. And that's all you're feeling. Not focused, not fighting what is happening in the physical world at the moment that you don't want. When you accept this, you go, oh, all things are possible. And then all of a sudden, those things start to show up. Those particles start to happen because that's what this is. It's now only thinking of the positive things. So these reality shifts might be happening because some kind of thought or emotional shift. I had a mystical dream last night about manifesting. It was sort of out there. Like really takes you to a place where you're thinking, oh my, this is so much greater than I'm even comprehending. It's like when you go into those dream states and you get these answers that when you wake up you can't even explain it. It's so out there. These things are accelerating. So reality shifts, acceptance, knowing that you can be amazed every day and be okay with that. Don't try and explain that away. Sometimes it is just exactly what it appears to be. Something just happened that's unexplainable. And I can sit here and say that I had that brush in my hand. I'm going to tell you right now, I did not have that brush in my hand. At no point did I have the brush in my hand. In fact, I had my coffee in my hand. When I made that coffee, I had my coffee in my hand pretty much the entire time. I don't know what happened, but I love it. I think it's exciting. It's sort of a demonstration of anything's possible, and you're experiencing that right now. Don't miss that. Don't get caught in the worry. Don't get caught in the limiting thoughts. Don't get caught in the, oh, I have to fight this because I don't like what's happening now. That is you continuing on the I don't want. Reality shifts. Share your stories with me. This It's, woo! So that's the third actual reality shift. The other stuff I'm manifesting and stuff, but that's a reality shift that I cannot explain that. You are whole and perfect. You are whole and perfect. You're just a human being experiencing this planetary whatever it is we're doing here. You're actually a spirit. You are energy. You are in a human form experiencing this thing. And you're the conductor. You are conducting this whole thing. The play, the music, everything. It's all you. Can you get out of that? Oh no, I don't have that part. Can you get out of that? You're powerful and strong. Whole and perfect, powerful, strong, loving, harmonious, and happy. You get to choose if you use those powers or if you decide you're less than. That's how powerful you are. You can decide that you are less than all that and stay in a place where you're powerless because you believe it. Go ahead, experience that for a while. When you get tired, come on over. We'll go manifest some cool stuff. Namaste.